The council station hung in space above the blue and green world of Sarenthal. It looked like a silver ring with bright lights, quiet and clean. Many ships moved in and out of its ports like slow fish around a coral reef. Inside the main council hall, many alien leaders sat in raised seats. Their bodies were thin, soft, careful. The air was warm and gentle. No strong smells, no sudden changes in light, no sharp sounds. They liked it that way. The council chair, Vorin, stood in the center of the hall. His scales were silver and smooth. His long hands moved slowly as he spoke, careful not to upset anyone. "Today we speak of the Death World," Vorin said. His voice was calm but serious. A large screen behind him showed a spinning planet with clouds and oceans. Storms rolled over the surface like huge white claws. "This world is called Earth," Vorin said. "It is marked as a high-hazard class. We believed life there would be simple and short. We believed no people could grow there to reach the stars." A soft wave of sound moved through the hall as the aliens reacted. Some clicked their tongues, some folded their thin arms, others just stared. A member of the council raised a long, narrow hand. She had dark blue skin and large yellow eyes. "Then why do we speak of it?" she asked. "The Alliance knows many dangerous worlds. None have built starships." Vorin nodded and turned to the screen. It changed to show huge ocean waves, bright lightning and dark clouds, fires in dry forests, and thick snow blowing over mountains. "Earth is different," Vorin said. "It is not only dangerous, it is dangerous in every way. Weather, animals, sickness. Even the ground itself moves and breaks. Yet the old probes say that complex life survived there for a long time." He paused and looked at the other council members. "We believe this life was destroyed," he said. "There has been no new signal from Earth for many cycles. But there is a question. If a thinking people could live on such a world, what would they be like?" The council hall grew quiet. The question stayed in the air like smoke. On one side of the hall, an older diplomat named Sarayan watched the images. Her eyes were dark and thoughtful. She had seen many worlds, but this one made her uneasy. "A people shaped by constant danger," she said softly. "If they survived, they would be strong. If they reached the stars, they might be very hard to control." The word control made some leaders nod. Others shifted in their seats. A large alien with soft white fur lifted his head. "It is only theory," he said. "We have no proof they still live. The old probes may be broken. Maybe the planet turned dead, like many others." Vorin opened his mouth to answer, but he did not have the chance. A sharp tone cut through the hall. It was a priority alarm. Lights near the ceiling flashed pale orange. The calm air changed as fear moved through the room. All eyes turned to the ceiling as a clear voice spoke. "Unregistered vessel has exited faster than light drift near Sarenthal orbit," the system said. "Unknown design, unknown transponder, shields active." The council members sat up straighter. Some of the more fragile ones pulled thin screens around themselves, a habit when they felt unsafe. Vorin touched a control on his wrist. "Show us the vessel," he said. The screen behind him shifted again. This time it showed the dark curve of space around Sarenthal. Tiny points of light marked the known Alliance ships. Near the edge of the image, a new shape appeared. It was not smooth like the Alliance vessels. Its hull was rough and marked with darker lines. Plates of metal overlapped in a way that looked almost messy. There were scorch marks along one side where something had burned deep into the surface. The ship did not glide. It seemed to push through space with effort, like someone climbing up a steep hill. But it moved. "What species built this craft?" one council member asked. "No match in records," the station computer answered. Small defense drones began to move into position around the stranger. Saren leaned forward. Her eyes narrowed. She saw something on the hull, a set of marks, small and simple. The image grew larger until the letters were clear. Earth Joint Mission 1. Sarayan's heart began to beat faster. She was old enough to have read the reports on Earth. She knew the word Earth. She already knew what Vorin would say. "This cannot be real," someone whispered. Vorin did not look away from the screen. "Open a channel," he said. "Standard Alliance greeting, full translation matrix, now." The stations sent a message. Its signal spread out through space like a wide, invisible wave. For a moment, nothing happened. The strange ship drifted, its engines quiet. Then a reply came back. The language in the reply was not in the main system files, but the old probes had recorded bits of it. The translation matrix worked hard, turning sounds into meaning. It took a few moments. Finally, words appeared on the screen. "This is Commander Alex Carter of the Earth Joint Mission. We come in peace. We request communication and safe harbor." The hall went cold. Not in truth, but in feeling. Many council members stared at the message and forgot to blink. The impossible had happened. The Deathworld had not only made thinking beings, those beings had built a ship. They had crossed the dark and arrived in Alliance space. Sarayan let out a slow breath. "So they live," she said. "The Deathworlders live." The council broke into a storm of voices. Everyone tried to speak at once. Their worries and fears filled the hall like a rough wind. They must not be allowed near the surface. Their biology may be dangerous. They survived that world. What if they see us as weak? We must learn what they are like before we open our doors. Vorin raised his hands, and after a while the noise began to fade. "We will not act in panic," he said. "This is first contact with a new people, a very unusual people. We will not make our first mistake by showing fear." He turned to Sarayan. "Ambassador Sarayan," he said, "you have the most experience with hostile borders and hard worlds. You will lead the first meeting with these humans." Sarayan's chest tightened at the new word. Humans. That was what they called themselves. "I accept," she said after a short pause. Vorin nodded and looked up at the screen again. "We will invite them to the station," he said. "Under guard, under watch, but also under our protection. They have come a long way. We will not respond with guns at once." Out in the dark, the human ship moved closer. Inside that ship, the air was not gentle. It was rich with many smells: old coffee, machine oil, recycled air, and a faint trace of smoke from older days when something burned. Metal walls were scratched and stained. Some panels were new and shiny. Others were old and patched with different types of material. Cables hung along the ceiling. Commander Alex Carter stood near the front window, watching the alien station grow larger. His face was lined from long days and short nights. His dark hair was pulled back. His eyes held both wonder and worry. Behind him sat Maria Scott, the pilot, in a worn chair. Her hands rested lightly on the controls, ready to move at once if needed. She had tied her brown hair in a quick knot and pushed her sleeve up. A thin scar ran along her forearm. "That is one big ring," Maria said, looking at the station. "Makes Earth stations look like toys." Alex gave a small smile. "They have had more time than we have," he said, "and fewer storms." In another seat, Nate Morgan, the engineer, checked a panel full of blinking lights. His short beard was uneven. A patch of grease stained the side of his neck. He tapped one of the meters and frowned. "Radiation levels okay," he said. "Shields are holding. Still. I do not like all those little drones pointing at us. If they sneeze, we turn into dust." Lisa Hall, medic and biologist, stood beside him with a tablet in her hand. She had calm gray eyes and steady fingers. "They are just being careful," she said. "They do not know what we are. We do not know what they are. If they did not point something at us, I would be more worried." Alex looked away from the window and turned to his crew. "We are the first humans these people will meet," he said. "We are from a world they will not understand. They will have ideas about us already. Maybe they see us as monsters. Maybe they see us as tools. We need to show them we are people." Maria raised her eyebrows. "And if they want to shoot first and ask later?" she asked. Alex's jaw tightened. "Then we try not to give them a reason," he said. "We survived storms, quakes, and our own mistakes. We can survive this too, if we think and stay calm." The ship's comm light blinked. A clear voice spoke in accented but understandable words. "Earth vessel," the voice said. "This is the Valari Alliance Council station on Sarin Thal. You are welcome under escort. Follow the beacon we are sending. Weapons must remain offline. Any hostile action will be met with force." Nate let out a low whistle. "They roll out a welcome mat, but it has teeth," he muttered. Alex stepped closer to the comm. "Valari Alliance, this is Commander Alex Carter," he said. "We understand your conditions. We will follow the beacon. Our weapons will stay offline. We come to talk, not to fight." The reply came quickly. "Acknowledged, Commander Alex Carter. A docking bay has been cleared. A receiving team will meet you. Prepare for gravity and atmosphere shift." The channel closed. Alex looked at each member of his crew, one by one. "We go in with open hands," he said. "We do not bow. We do not act proud. We show respect and strength both. Lisa, you watch for any health risk. Nate, watch the tech. Maria, you stay ready to pull out if things go bad. But we give this our best shot." Maria nodded and turned the ship toward the glowing beacon on the station. Thrusters fired. The ship moved with small, careful pushes. As they drew closer, they could see more details of the station. Wide windows, soft lights, smooth walls without scars. No sign of damage, as if nothing bad had ever happened there. Lisa felt a strange twist in her chest. "They live in comfort," she said softly. "How do you grow strong without struggle?" Nate snorted. "Must be nice," he said. "One good storm on Earth would give this place a heart attack." Alex did not answer. He was thinking of their planet, of waves that smashed stone, of wind that tore roofs away, of quakes that cracked roads, of people who still went to work the next day because they had to. The ship slid into a docking tunnel. Clamps locked around the hull. The deck shook a little as the station pulled them in. Lights in the airlock changed from red to soft green. A screen showed air mix and pressure rising to match the station. Lisa watched the numbers. "Oxygen level okay?" she said. "A bit lower than we like, but safe. No clear toxins, temperature mild, gravity near Earth standard." "So they made it comfortable for us," Maria said. "That is a good sign." Alex moved to the locker and opened it. He pulled out a simple dark jacket with the small patch that showed a round blue world. Earth. He put it on and zipped it up. Lisa, Nate, and Maria wore similar jackets. They did not wear heavy armor. They carried light tools and scanners, not open weapons. They wanted to look like explorers, not invaders. "Ready?" Alex asked. "As ready as I will ever be," Nate said. "Let us go meet the galaxy," Maria said quietly. The inner airlock door slid open with a smooth hiss. On the other side stood a group of aliens. They were tall and thin, with scales and smooth skin in many colors. Some had large, dark eyes. Others had bright, small ones. All of them wore flowing fabrics, soft and fine, like nothing that would last a day in a storm. In front of them stood Sirayan. Her silver crest was held high. Her hands were empty and open. For a brief moment, humans and aliens stared at each other. Both sides were surprised. The aliens had expected wild beasts or armored giants. Instead, they saw humans in worn clothes with tired faces, strong muscles, and eyes that watched every detail. The humans had expected either hard soldiers or strange monsters. Instead, they saw fragile-looking beings who moved with slow care, as if even air could bruise them. Saren stepped forward and gave a small bow of her head. "Commander Alex Carter," she said. Her voice carried a gentle echo from the station speakers. "Welcome to the Valari Alliance. Welcome to Sarenthal." Alex stepped forward. He did not bow too deep, but he did incline his head in return. "Thank you, Ambassador," he said. "We are honored to be here." As he spoke, the station walls around them seemed to listen. High above, hidden scanners measured heartbeats, skin temperature, and small movements. Defense systems stayed ready. The Council wanted to know if these humans were a threat. What they would learn, in time, was that humans were not only dangerous, they were also very hard to break. The docking bay doors closed behind the human team with a smooth hiss. The airlock shifted slowly, blending the oxygen from their ship with the station's carefully controlled atmosphere. The humans felt the difference immediately. The air was warm, clean, and gentle, almost too perfect. Their lungs relaxed in ways they did not expect. Alex Carter led the group through the wide corridors of the station. Soft light fell from panels above. The walls were smooth, without marks or damage. The floor hummed slightly under their boots, vibrating faintly with the energy of the station. "It feels too quiet," Maria said, glancing at the walls. Her voice echoed softly, though she did not mean it to. She hugged herself slightly, unused to such stillness. "That is how they live," Lisa Hall said. Her eyes scanned the walls. "No sudden changes, no shocks. Every corner is safe. I think that is part of why they are fragile." Nate Morgan frowned, tapping a metal beam that ran along the corridor. It made almost no sound. "Fragile? Maybe. But quiet does not make a place soft. It makes it boring. Give me a quake or a lightning strike any day." Alex smiled faintly, not touching the wall. "We are not here to judge. We are here to learn, and to survive if we need to. These people have rules, and we must follow them while we are guests." They passed groups of aliens moving along the corridors. Most of them had soft, thin bodies. Some floated a little above the ground, supported by light anti-gravity fields. Their limbs were long, delicate. Their faces lacked sharp angles. Their eyes were large and calm, reflecting curiosity and caution at once. One of the aliens approached, holding a small, tablet-like device. Her scales were pale blue, almost translucent. She looked at the humans with wide eyes. "You are stronger than we thought," she said softly, her voice musical and careful. "Your presence moves the air differently. Your steps shake the floor." Alex nodded. "We walk like humans. We have strong bones. We have survived storms, quakes, wild animals, and worse. We cannot be silent, and we cannot float. This is who we are." The alien tilted her head. "Then your kind is unusual. Our records show few survivors of your planet's conditions. How do you manage?" Lisa stepped forward. "We manage because we must. Danger is always around us. We adapt, work together, and find solutions quickly. We plan, we heal, we fight when we have to. Survival teaches lessons faster than comfort ever could." The alien's large eyes widened. "Lessons through danger. You are frightening and admirable." Alex offered a small smile. "We only wish to survive. Nothing more." The humans were led to a large observation hall where the council often held meetings. The room was oval, with tall walls that glowed softly. Floating platforms carried alien council members into view. Hollow screens hovered in the air, showing maps, images, and readings of worlds across the galaxy. Voren, the council chair, was waiting at the center platform. His silver scales glinted in the soft light. He spoke without moving his hands too much, as if every movement might harm something delicate. "Humans," he said, "you have come from the death world. We expected you dead, extinct, or unable to travel so far. We are surprised. Alex nodded. We survived, as we said. The journey was difficult, but we came. We wanted to show we can be trusted. We come in peace. Voren's eyes flicked to the screens, showing the storms, fires, earthquakes, and animals of Earth. Your home world is brutal. Its weather alone can kill many of our species in minutes. How have you grown strong enough to survive this and build starships? Lisa spoke. Earth is not gentle. Every day we face danger. We face sickness, hunger, storms, and predators. But that danger taught us to think, to plan, to build, to protect each other. Strength comes from hardship. It is not just physical. It is teamwork, creativity, and courage. Nate leaned back slightly, rubbing the back of his neck. If we can repair a ship in a snowstorm with wolves nearby, dodging lightning and mudslides, a starship is easy by comparison. A council member, a tall green alien with long fingers and soft scales, clicked a sound that meant thoughtfulness. And yet you are willing to enter our space, where we have rules, and where failure could mean death. Alex met the alien's gaze steadily. We follow rules when we can. We adapt when we must. Our goal is not to break anything here, but we cannot hide who we are. Voren regarded him silently for a long moment. Then he motioned to Sarian, the experienced diplomat. Ambassador, he said, these humans may be valuable. They are stronger than we imagined. We must learn from them, and perhaps let them teach us a way we have not known. Sarian stepped forward, her silver crest high. Her hands were open, empty. I will meet them. We must understand them, their strength, their courage. And their unpredictability may be a key to facing dangers we cannot handle alone. Alex turned to his crew. This is why we are here, to show them who we are, not monsters, not tools. Humans survive in places no one else can. We may help them, but they will help us too. Maria glanced at the screens. I hope they understand we are not fragile toys. We break if you drop us, but we fight if you push us. The council hall was silent, thinking about that statement. The aliens were not used to creatures that could survive extreme conditions. Most species in the Alliance were built to live comfortably. They had avoided danger for generations. Humans had grown up in danger and thrived. Sarian guided Alex and his team to a separate chamber. It was softer and quieter than the council hall. Chairs floated gently, and the floor had mild resistance to movement, so no one could run too fast. You will rest here for a cycle, Sarian said. You will eat and breathe comfortably. Tomorrow we will formally meet the full council. Your species will be examined, questioned, and observed. You must be patient. Alex nodded. We are used to long waits. Patience is not our weakness. Lisa scanned the room. They are giving us a calm space. That shows trust in a way. Even if they do not know us, they are not attacking immediately. Nate smirked. Or maybe they are just slow to react. Some species freeze before they move. Either way, we have to use this time to understand them too. After a meal of soft, synthetic food, the humans settled into the chamber. Alex looked out a wide window to the space beyond. The station glowed softly, and beyond it, the planet rotated in silence. Look at that, he said. So many lives below, all calm and safe. They do not know storms, quakes, wildfires. They cannot understand how much danger shaped us. Maria leaned against the window. Maybe they will learn, or maybe they will fear us more. Either way, we cannot pretend we are not who we are. The next day, the formal meeting with the council began. The humans entered the grand hall. Hollow screens hovered above them, showing every detail of their ship, their journey, and images of Earth. Voren spoke first. Humans, you come from a world that should have destroyed you. Yet you have survived. You have built ships and crossed space. This is unprecedented. Alex replied, Our world is dangerous. We have no choice but to survive. We build, we plan, we work together. We do not fear challenges. That is our nature, Nate added. And sometimes we take risks that seem crazy, but we survive. Always. A council member, tall and pale, clicked his tongue thoughtfully. We must know more. How do you handle sickness, injury, and disaster? We are careful even in mild storms. You thrive in chaos. Lisa spoke calmly. We heal quickly, we learn fast, and we protect each other. Our people are strong because we cannot avoid danger. The hardships teach us skills others never need. A murmur moved through the council. The aliens were disturbed and impressed. They realized these humans were not simply tough. They were adaptive, creative, and loyal. Sarayan stepped forward. We may have need of your skills. There are regions of space that are dangerous even to us. Your experience on harsh worlds may be necessary to protect our alliance. Alex looked at her carefully. If our skills are needed, we will help. But we do not fight for control or glory. We fight to survive and to protect. Vorin nodded slowly. Then we will prepare you. You may be asked to enter a zone that is too harsh for most Alliance species. Your presence may save lives, and we will observe carefully. The humans understood the weight of the statement. They had crossed the galaxy to meet these aliens, and now the aliens were asking them to risk themselves again in ways that could kill them. Maria muttered quietly, "Welcome to interstellar diplomacy. Just when you think it is all calm, someone hands you a storm." Alex looked around at his crew. "We have survived worse. We will adapt. We will face it together. Just like on Earth." The council hall seemed to pulse with attention, as if the walls themselves listened. The humans had made their first impression: strong, adaptive, fearless, and loyal. Sarayan observed them closely. She thought about how fragile most species were, how the Alliance had depended on safety and comfort, and how humans had grown through chaos. Perhaps the galaxy has underestimated them, she whispered to herself. Perhaps humanity is a force we cannot ignore. And in that moment, the humans, unaware of all the calculations and whispers, stood calm and ready. They had survived a death world. They had survived space. And now they would face the unknown with courage that the aliens could not yet measure. The council knew the humans were different, perhaps dangerous, perhaps indispensable. The Alliance had only just met the Deathworlders, and already the galaxy was about to change. The human crew left the safety of the council station and entered the vast dark space beyond the Alliance's borders. The stars seemed sharper here, more distant and colder. The Black Rim was called dangerous for a reason. Ships had vanished there before. Colonies had gone silent. Storms of radiation and energy twisted the void, and strange creatures sometimes hunted in the darkness. Alex Carter looked at the view screen of their ship. The small, patched-together vessel had carried them across countless light years. Its hull was scarred, its panels uneven, but it had never failed. Next to him, Maria Scott held the controls lightly, eyes scanning every point of light. The ship responded instantly to her touch, dodging the faint drift of micro-meteors and space debris. "This is nothing like Sarenthal," Maria said, her voice low. "No soft air, no calm lights, no gentle gravity. Just dark and cold, and storms waiting to hit us." "Good," Alex replied. "We like things hard. Makes us better prepared." Nate Morgan sat near a panel of blinking lights, checking systems over and over. He tapped each sensor with a precise rhythm. "Radiation is higher than normal. Shields are holding, but only barely. Sensors are twitchy. I can reroute some power to boost shields, but it is going to strain the reactor." Lisa Hall scanned medical data from earlier missions in the Black Rim. "Injuries and sicknesses are worse here than anywhere else. Aliens don't last long. Only the strongest ships and crews can survive these storms." Alex nodded. Then it is perfect. If we can make it through, we can do anything. They were not alone. The Alliance had assigned a mixed fleet to the mission. Large ships of soft-skinned species glowed faintly with internal light. Some floated like jellyfish, others like thin pillars. Each carried crews accustomed to comfort, not chaos. They were led by Kalor, a tall, strict commander with bronze-colored skin and long arms. His species had lived in gentle planets for generations. He did not trust humans. "This is insane," Kalor said, his voice rough. "You want to send fragile humans into the Black Rim? Storms will tear them apart, radiation will burn them, and navigation will fail. They will die before we even reach the target." Alex met his gaze. "We have survived worse. We adapt. We improvise. Danger is not new to us." Kalor's eyes narrowed. "You may survive, but not your fleet. Your actions could cost lives." "Then we do it together," Alex said. "We will protect those who cannot survive here alone. We fight smart and hard. We do not run." The fleet moved cautiously. The Black Rim was alive with energy. Lightning-like waves of radiation leapt across the void. Magnetic storms twisted the hulls of the largest ships. Navigation sensors flickered and sometimes failed entirely. The human ship, built strong and simple, slid through the chaos like a stone through water. Shields that had survived storms on Earth handled cosmic waves with only minor strain. The crew moved like people who had been tested by their home planet for a lifetime. "Hold steady," Maria said. "Storm coming from the left. We will pass through the debris field and use it as cover." The debris spun around them, broken stations, dead satellites, and fragments of ships lost in past storms. Most alien pilots hesitated. Their ships were not built for close danger. Kalor barked orders, but many ships slowed too much and drifted into the path of energy surges. "Follow us," Alex said to the fleet. "Move fast, Dodge, and use the chaos to our advantage." Nate reconfigured power lines in real time, shoving energy to shields and engines. "We can do this," he said, smiling faintly. "Our ship likes hard work." Lisa monitored crew vitals. The humans' hearts were strong, lungs steady, nerves ready. The aliens around them showed signs of stress. Some pale green creatures' skin shimmered with fear. Some blue-scaled beings trembled. They were unused to this level of danger. "They can't handle this," Kalor muttered. "Humans are reckless." But Alex's plan worked. Using rapid maneuvers, the human ship led the fleet through the debris field, weaving between energy waves. Shields flared and hissed, but the ship held. Alien crews copied their moves reluctantly, seeing that hesitation meant destruction. Finally, they reached a dead mining station. It floated quietly, half destroyed, metal torn and twisted. Sensors showed life signs from the last crew, some dead, some missing. The humans and aliens were not alone. Something else moved here. "We are not alone," Lisa said, scanning the readings. "Life forms, mechanical. They are harvesting energy and metals from the wrecks, dangerous and fast." The sensors labeled them as Vekar. Swarm-like machines, metallic, sharp, and intelligent. They moved in patterns like a hunting group. Even the largest ships could be overwhelmed if the swarm reached them. Kalor ordered standard attack patterns, lasers and energy beams fired from afar. But the Vekar adapted. Their sensors twisted. They moved faster. Alien weapons misfired, hitting debris instead of targets. Alex looked at his crew. "Far attacks won't work. We must go close. Use the storm, use debris, use speed. We fight like we would on Earth in wild terrain. Hit and run, confuse them." Kalor looked shocked. "Close combat in space? You are insane. We will lose ships." "We lose nothing if we do it together," Alex said. "We can move fast. Small ships first. We use maneuvering to hit weak points." Maria grinned. "Time to fly like we were born in chaos." The humans split into smaller attack teams. They darted through the wreckage like predators hunting in a forest. Energy bursts flared around them, debris spun, and the swarm tried to react. The Vekar were fast, but the humans were faster, using irregular patterns and tight maneuvers that alien pilots could not copy. Nate's engineering skills made a difference. He had installed small energy pulses in their hulls that could disrupt the Vekar sensors for a few seconds. This allowed the human ships to slip past. "We can't stay long," Alex said. "Hit the control node, plant charges, and pull out." The humans moved in. Lisa, despite being medic, carried a small pulse device to jam Vekar nodes. She worked quickly, scanning and planting. Her hands moved with practiced precision, steady even under danger. The swarm attacked suddenly. Metal claws reached for the humans' small ships. Lasers flared. Debris shifted dangerously. A stray bolt hit one human ship's shield, cracking it. The pilot fought to stabilize. "We can't stop," Alex said. "Keep moving, adjust angles, protect each other." The aliens around them were amazed. The humans moved like shadows in chaos, fast and precise, fearless. Kaylor barked orders, but he could not match the humans' instinctive understanding of danger. Finally, the main node controlling the Vekar swarm was within reach. Alex's ship moved in with Nate and Lisa's team. They placed explosive charges and energy disruptors. The node hummed violently. The swarm faltered, confused and uncoordinated. "Retreat!" Alex ordered. "Now!" Ships pulled back through debris, weaving and twisting. Shields flared and hissed under strain. But the humans, leading the path, made it back with minimal damage. Alien ships, following closely, copied the movements and avoided disaster. The Vekar swarm, disoriented and partially disabled, retreated into the distance. The fleet watched in awe as the small human ships had turned what seemed hopeless into a real victory. Kaylor looked at Alex, stunned. You survived, against impossible odds. Your kind is not like anything I have ever seen." Alex smiled faintly. "We survive because we must. We protect our own. We fight with what we have. It is not magic. It is habit." Lisa checked the scanners. "The node is damaged. The swarm cannot control itself properly. It will be weak for a while. We bought time." Nate leaned back in his seat. "Time enough to study them, plan, and fix our ships. Simple rules. Work fast. Survive faster." The fleet regrouped in a safe area. Ships were repaired. Crews rested, and sensors scanned for more dangers. The aliens were quiet. They had seen humans fight, survive, and lead in conditions no species in the Alliance could endure. Sarayan spoke through the comlink. "Alex Carter, your team has shown remarkable skill. We have underestimated your species. You are dangerous, but valuable." Alex replied. "We are not here to rule or conquer. We survive, we help, and we fight to protect. If that makes us dangerous, then so be it." The Council would learn quickly. Humans were not just survivors. They were adaptable, fearless, and loyal. Their strength came from a world designed to kill them. They could fight in chaos where others would fail. The Black Rim had tested the Alliance fleet. The humans had led the way and survived, and the galaxy was watching. Alex looked at his crew. "This is only the beginning. More danger lies ahead. But we are ready. We always are." Maria grinned. "Let's see if the galaxy can keep up with us." The human ship pulsed forward into the dark, twisted space. They were small, but their courage and skill made them giants among the stars. And in the Black Rim, where few dared to go, humanity's Deathworlders had arrived, and the aliens could only watch in awe.